The diplomatic files called her compensation for the treaty violation. Ambassador Chun called her the Emperor's joke. Lyra Vex arrived on the human colony world of New Terra in a luxury transport, her crystalline skin catching the afternoon light in prismatic waves. She moved with the fluidity of water, her 4 graceful limbs propelling her through the reception hall with an elegance that made every diplomat present feel clumsy. But her eyes, vast, intelligent, searching, told a different story. The Emperor sends his apologies, the Vexthrani protocol officer announced stiffly. His daughter will serve as cultural liaison for 1 standard year. She is adequate for basic diplomatic functions. Chun caught the hesitation. Later, reviewing classified documents, he understood. Lyra Vex was deaf, at least by Vexthrani standards. Her species communicated through a combination of subsonic frequencies and bioluminescent patterns. Lyra Vex produced neither. She was considered defective, non-functional, an embarrassment to the imperial line. So the Emperor had sent her away as a joke. Let the humans deal with the broken princess. What the Emperor didn't know was that Chun had raised his son Marcus through deafness. Marcus was human deaf, relying on hearing aids and visual communication. Chun understood that disability was often just a mismatch between ability and expectation. He requested to work directly with Lyra Vex. Their first meeting was awkward. Lyra Vex sat rigidly in his office, her skin cycling through anxious purples and grays. Chun pulled up a translation interface on his screen. "Your father sent you here to fail," Chun typed. Lyra Vex's skin flashed angry red. She turned away. "But I'm going to treat you like he never did," Chun continued. "I'm going to treat you like someone with value." It started small. Chun began learning Lyra Vex's communication style, a combination of written text, gesture, and the subtle color shifts her skin could produce. She could communicate. Her species simply hadn't bothered to listen. When the Vexthrani protocol officers suggested she be more efficient with a communication implant that would force her into their standard patterns, Chun refused. "She communicates fine," he said flatly. "Your species is just too limited to understand her." Marcus visited the colony and immediately connected with Lyra Vex. The two spent hours together, one human who was deaf, one alien who was deaf in her own way, discovering that their limitations had taught them to see the world differently, more richly, more completely. "Your father was wrong," Marcus told her bluntly. "You're not broken. Your species is just too narrow-minded to see your strengths." Lyra Vex's skin shimmered with colors Chun hadn't seen before, a complex emotional palette that translated to something like hope. Chun restructured her entire role. Instead of forcing her into the Vexthrani mold, he created something new, a cultural bridge program where Lyra Vex could teach humans about Vexthrani art, philosophy, and history through her unique perspective. Her inability to produce subsonic frequencies meant she approached creativity differently, more visually, more conceptually, more innovative. Her presentations became legendary. Humans found themselves captivated by an alien princess who saw their world with fresh eyes, unburdened by the rigid expectations of her own culture. The breakthrough came when a Vexthrani trade delegation visited. They were shocked to see Lyra Vex not just thriving, but leading seminars, contributing meaningfully to cultural exchange. The delegation leader, a high-ranking general, pulled Chun aside. "She was supposed to be useless," he said, genuine confusion in his voice. "She was never useless," Chun replied. "Your emperor just never bothered to see her value." When it came time for Lyra Vex to return home, the entire human colony held a ceremony. Hundreds of people, diplomats, scientists, families, came to honor her. Her skin blazed with joy and sorrow in equal measure. "I came here as a punishment," she wrote on the screen, her words displayed for all to hear. "I leave as someone who finally understands her own worth. You treated me like I mattered. Your species taught me something my own could not. That different is not broken. Different is just different." She looked directly at Chun. "You saw me when no one else did. You treated me like no one else ever had." Back on the Vexthrani homeworld, Lyravex's reports about human culture sparked something revolutionary. Within months, the empire began questioning its own rigid standards. Disability became redefined. Difference became valued. And it all started because one human ambassador refused to see a princess as a joke. The emperor's punishment had become his most profound gift to his daughter and to his entire civilization.